Hi, my name is Dana Church and I'm going to show you today how to make ornaments at home using ticking material. Some people might not be familiar with ticking material, but it is a thick sort of duck cloth that people use to make bedding with. So sometimes people have it laying around. And what you can do is you can really combine photographs with this too. So basically what you do is you cut out a little piece of ticking and you take a photograph or a picture, anything you want that you printed from the internet, or even take a picture that you have and you scan it, and you have to have it on this kind of paper that comes out of the copy machine. You take a little product called gel medium. You can get it at your craft stores. It's sort of magic. It causes a chemical reaction that I'm not really going to go into right now, but it's like magic. So first of all, you take your piece of cloth, and this is going to be sort of a country theme because I think this ticking material looks a little bit like a country Christmas. So we're going to also combine jar lids with it too, like ball jar lids. You take a little bit of the gel medium and you apply it on the canvas, and it's going to soak it up. You just really need to put it in the area where the photograph will go. It's not very big, so you don't need to cover it too far. All right, so you do that. First, get a good coat on it and make sure that it's smooth. Then, you also coat the piece of paper too. And this is when the chemical reaction sort of happens. Here, the ink actually is absorbed into the gel medium and transfers onto the ticking material or canvas. It's really a lot like canvas. You can do your other photos like this too if you want. Then you put your photo down, face down, and you go from the middle out and you spread it out and you make sure there's no air bubbles under there. Sometimes if you have a little roller or a rolling pin, you could actually roll over it if you had a bigger photo, but a lot of times I'll just make sure my finger will slip over the top and press out all the air bubbles. Get it as flat as you can. So this is sort of cool if you had a photo, even an old-timey photo you wanted to transfer to this kind of material. It looks cool when you're done. So now you have this, and you're going to leave it and let it dry overnight. Some people try to blow dry it, but I really recommend that you just let it dry on its own overnight. Then when you're done, I've already started this a little bit, but you have this piece that is dried overnight. Then what you're going to do is take some wet paper towels and just squeeze them out a little bit so they're not too super saturated. And you're going to press a little water in here, and as you can see, you might be able to see this, but it's beginning to become translucent, and that's what you want, because what you're really doing is you're removing the back, the paper, and the ink is actually remaining on the canvas. So it's sort of cool. It's like magic. All my students love this. So after you get it fairly saturated, and you can see through it, then what you're going to do is take your finger and start gently rubbing the paper, and you'll see that the backing will start coming off. So the backing starts to come off, and you just keep rubbing over and over. You can use some pressure, just be careful, pay attention to it. Make sure you're not rubbing like with sandpaper or something. Using your fingers should work really good. Some people use a toothbrush, but I always just prefer using my finger. And then you're going to keep working that and working that. It might take you a little while. Then you might let it dry, and you might see that it's still got a little bit of paper on it, so you go back and do it some more until you finally come out with your picture. I'm going to put that to the side, but as you can see, I'm going to keep working that, but it's going to get better and better. Okay, then when I'm done, I take my jar lid and I just measure where I want it to go on here. I cut it out. Then I take my lid here, like I've already done one here for you, which is sort of cute. You can add fabric behind it too. You just take your picture, you put it on here. If you want, you can put some fabric behind it like this. You can layer it like this. Put the fabric. You got to cut it a little bit better than I'm doing. Put what you transferred on top of here, cut out. Push it through here, like this, and then you're going to trim the outer edges off the way you want them to be. But before you do that, actually, you can either punch a hole in it, or you can take some sort of country-looking material and you can like put it through here like this. Go ahead and put it through there before you push it through. So then you push it through, line it up. Maybe you want to add just a wee bit of glue in there, and you work with it a little bit, and then you're going to have your ornament to hang on your tree, and it sort of looks like this when you're done. So there you go.